If you want to get in shape and get your life, please check down below in the description box and go to ifyoucanmove.com and sign up for the October Trap and Tone Challenge to get your body in shape. You need this if you're trying to get on now, okay? If you're trying to get yourself together and feel good about your physicality, your strength, your endurance, and just about yourself all the ways around, please do yourself a favor and sign up for ifyoucanmove.com for the October challenge. Try it out, see how you like it. You should get access to the other workouts in the gym if you don't get the actual gym and you just get the challenge, because I think there's a choice to get the challenge or to get the challenge with the gym included, okay? But either way, I mean, y'all see, if you don't see okay, Siobhan Boo, then I'm sorry for ya, but I'm getting my life, okay, to Kiara LASHAE. So y'all check that out, and please don't forget that the TLCT definitely helps with your progress. The NutriBurst really helps with your endurance and being able to be energetic throughout the day when you are doing multiple workouts, like, you know, I have been doing since I started working out with Kiara LASHAE, and I did the challenge, and now it's very difficult for me. Like, if I skip a day, I'm gonna work out 3 times the next day. Like, I'm gonna push myself because she basically gave me the game on how to push myself. Like, I didn't think I could do that until I did the challenge. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's the real deal. I'm not just promoting stuff to y'all because I'm trying to make money. Y'all know I don't work like that. I don't promote anything that I don't feel like I like myself, okay? There is we use the tea, y'all. We use the NutriBurst, like. And, you know, obviously I've gotten my life to Kiara LASHAE. Look at the results. Like, I'm a whole size down. Like, I went from a large to a medium, sis. Like, I went from a 10-12 to like an 8-6. Okay, so get into it. And it's only been like a couple of months. So I love y'all. I appreciate everybody supporting the journey. And, you know, get you some. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Married at First Sight review. Yes. Okay, so look. Let me tell y'all a little story before I get into the review. Okay, so I might have mentioned that me and Amani have a mutual friend. Okay, so we've been in each other's presence before, and we follow each other on Instagram. And so while I was so upset about the way Karen was treating Miles yet again on this show, even though by the end of the episode things seem to, you know, get a little bit better, but we'll discuss that in a second, I was being messy. And I was like, Amani, because I know her ex, I'm like, you know, easy A _ girl, what is this? Talk to me, girl. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Being messy. And she was like, girl, I am not about to do this with you, okay? You are being hypocritical. Because I was like, you know, with all love, due respect, and benefit of the doubt to the black girls, what, like, throw the whole Karen away. You know, I'm just joking. I never throw black women away. Not really. And if anybody had done something to her on this show, I would be bucking for her, especially if she was in the right, okay? But to watch her continuously, what I feel like is low-key a little bit of like emotional and mental abuse, because I feel like you know what you're doing. Like, you know that you're flipping things on him. You know that you're talking around things. You know that you are playing on his insecurities so that, you know, he'll leave you alone about the stuff that you don't want to talk about or that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she's very passive aggressive, and it's like really terrible to watch sometimes, because you know that he's sometimes an exposed nerve, and he's always like standing strong and taking whatever she's giving him, and it just doesn't seem to be a lot of give and take. It just seems to be him giving and her taking and taking and taking. Okay, so I'm just not a fan of the way Karen is with Miles on this show. Okay, period. All right. And at the end of the day, you know, I have to talk about that because that's what's on the show. Okay, but she did say, hey girl. She did say hey, and she blew me a kiss, and I was, you know, with the, you know, the kiss emoji. And I was just like, all right, girl, I know you're trying to get me together because that's probably your friend. And if it was my friend, I'd probably try to get somebody together too. But you know, I'm not really being hypocritical, okay? Because I can't really throw the bitch away, okay? I can't really put it in a dumpster and throw it in a trash. You know, I can't really do that, okay? So it's just a figure of speech about how annoyed I am with her, okay? But either way, like, I really like Amani. She was in my live the next day. Like, I really like Amani. Lyric says that I actually remind, like, watching the show, he's like, you know, you a lot like her, you know, and I'm like, what? I said, I mean, I'll take that, but what? Like, how you feel like that? So, you know, but I do, you know, I feel that she's very honest and very upfront you know, tell it like it is type of person. So I have an appreciation for that. That's why when she checked me, I was like, my feelings hurt, but it's okay. Look, you gotta learn how to deal. You gotta, cause you know, if you give it, you gotta be able to take it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can take it, and other times y'all be playing too much, and I just kind of feel like, bitch, I don't even know you. Why is you disrespecting me? Like, but this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the episode. So Woody. Y'all, Woody sits in the bathroom while Imani untwists her hair. I think this is the episode where we see, you know, where the couples are with annoying each other. Like, what are y'all pet peeves? Have y'all noticed things about each other that y'all don't like? And, you know, I feel like in the morning when you're untwisting your hair and your man is sitting on the toilet looking at you, you just kind of like, go do something. Like, get out of my face. I love you. Get out of my face. I feel like, you know, that's what Imani probably was feeling while she was trying to untwist her hair, and he was just sitting there biting his nails looking at her. And so later on in the episode, they have a conversation about children and upbringings and how they want to raise their children. And Imani is like totally dead set against corporal punishment. She does not want her children to be hit for anything. And with Woody growing up getting beat every day, okay, he feels like it depends. You know what I'm saying? I feel like myself as well. I feel like it depends. Because listen, I have a couple of family members, my little nephew included. I love him to death. But sometimes all he understands is physical pain. So he doesn't always listen when he's just being talked to. You know what I'm saying? So I personally feel like some kids don't need to be hit at all. I feel like I didn't need to get hit. I feel like my daddy screaming at me would make me cry. So I don't know why I needed to get hit as well. But whatever, you know, our parents did what their parents did to them. They tried to do a little bit better sometimes, but ultimately, like, I'm not mad about it, because I feel like when you are really young, you really don't understand right from wrong in the same way. So knowing that I'm going to get hit or that my dad is going to be upset makes you not want to do something, because you don't understand the bigger picture of why you can't do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you don't know that you can't touch fire until you touch it and it burns, right? Okay. So sometimes parents are trying to save you from that, but you know, whatever. I still understand how she feels. I don't know if I feel like it's a deal breaker though, but I do understand her feeling like that is not an option for her at all. And I think Woody will understand. And I also think that Woody won't have to, because I feel like, you know, y'all will be able to outsmart your kids. You'll be able to teach them lessons like On My Wife and Kids without whipping them, but by outsmarting them and making them think about things. You know what I'm saying? And also taking stuff from them, because kids have so much access these days. You start taking stuff and they have complete and utter meltdowns, okay? So they'll get it, all right? But, you know, just a really good conversation that they did have. So Amelia and Bennett, they do a chore draft where they sit down and go through the things that each person is going to do in the household. This is cute, but ultimately Amelia feels like because I'm the breadwinner, I'm expecting him to pick up most of this slack, okay? And that's just what it is. But I feel like she's not saying it, even though that's how she feels. So I don't know if that will eventually cause, you know, any type of issue. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. So Brett is annoying Olivia. She would rather make the bed alone, but he wants to help her and have conversations about the way he does it or the way she does it. I don't know. It seems like he doesn't know how to relax because he's so insecure, I think, that everything is a joke. Everything is sarcasm. Everything is over analytical. Everything is questioning. Oh, is that how you do it? Like, just it's too early. Like, just let me make the bed. Why do we have to go through a whole conversation about making a damn bed? Like, I get Olivia. I get Olivia so much, and I think that she's doing this, but ultimately I feel like she is over it at this point. Later on, they go rock climbing, which was so cool, and I really want to do that. I feel like that's something now that I could probably do, and I would like have fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? Climbing to the top. But the thing about it is they have a good time, but I often feel like he doesn't know how to feel about her being so exceptional in so many different areas. You know, I feel like they have more in common than they know, but I feel like it's mostly because he's not really being genuine because he's so scared he's going to get hurt. This is a process where he is still trying to protect himself because he doesn't really take it seriously, which is so weird to me. Why would you sign up for something like this if you weren't going to dive in? But I also, you know, feel like he's intimidated by her, which makes it harder for him to dive in. If he were with a woman who was happy to see a man with this house, you know what I'm saying? If you know, she was impressed by him more, I think that he would probably be able to open up more. But because Olivia is so impressive herself, no, you're not that impressive because I make more money than you. My house, even though I don't pay for it, is nicer than yours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, I think them being unequally yoked in this department has caused major issue in this relationship, period. But during the rock climbing exercise, he was being supportive and encouraging, and it has a positive effect on them. But I think it's mostly because for once he felt like, oh, I can help her through something. Because see, that's the thing. He feels intimidated. So whenever he feels like she needs his help with something, that makes him feel better. And that means their interactions will be better. Child, it's exhausting. So Karen, after last week's episode where Miles put on the calendar sex with my spouse, so now she feels unsafe. And this is why I got upset. Because I feel like, how could you say you feel unsafe? Like, how could you say that? To me, that sounds like, so you think that he's going to take it from you? Is that the vibe you've gotten from him all this time? Like, I just feel like that was just such a deep dive to do on him for putting that on a calendar, especially when you turn around and tell him that no, he needs to put that he needs to jack off. Like, you throwing slugs back and somehow now you feel unsafe. Like, I really did not like that wording. Just like I don't like when y'all call black women aggressive for having the same type of tone and opinion as a white person. I really don't like when y'all do that. Okay, child, I was watching the episode of Girlfriends last night, and that's what they did to William at the law firm. He was in a meeting and a white dude is going in screaming and hollering, and then William returns that same energy, and now William is being aggressive. I was just, oh my God. That's why I don't like that wording. That's why I do not like when people call black folks aggressive for being passionate, because I feel like it's so disrespectful to me. And it definitely taps on the fact that you can be as violent and do whatever you want to in a space, but I need to keep checking myself. And that's a problem for me. That's not equality, okay? So her saying that about him on this show, on this public platform, after watching him be so patient with her, just was nerve-wracking to me, okay? But Karen went to stay at her place because, you know, of what happened. And, you know, she just didn't come back. And I was just like, wow. Okay. And she's like, you know, where is all this sex talk coming from all of a sudden? I'm like, all of a sudden? All of a sudden? What are you talking about all of a sudden? Yo, girl, if you think that sex is not on his mind every minute of every day that he is with you and he has not had sex with you yet, you are sadly mistaken and disillusioned. He's a man. Of course he's always thinking about it. Just because he's not saying it to you every second of every day does not mean he's not thinking about it. Laying in the bed with you, okay? Living in a house with you. Being a married couple, going on vacation, you know, going on a honeymoon together. All of this stuff makes you want to be physical with people, okay? Cuddling in the bed makes you want to be physical. Rubbing bitches' feet makes you want to be physical. So I don't know where she's coming from with the idea that him wanting to have sex with her is out of nowhere. Like, I'm sorry. I just cannot, okay? He is at home stressing while she rejoices in another excuse to hold something against him. And that's how it felt to me, okay? So eventually she's ready to talk. She says she feels like it was too soon to talk about sex. And just because they're married doesn't mean that he, you know, is going to get access to her, which I respect and understand. But it's the way you go about it. Every time he tries to have a conversation with you about it, you walk around it and act like, you know, it's up in the air. Like, you want him to make a move, but when he's like low-key asking for permission to make said move, you don't want to give him a clear understanding of what he needs to do. Basically telling him that it needs to be organic. Like, what does that mean? We have many organic moments, bitch, where we're smiling in each other's faces and I feel like I want to grab your ass and put my dick against your thigh. Like, hello. Like, I just feel like she's just really ignoring the realities of the situation so she can have a reason to hold something against him, to keep him at a distance. Okay, that's what I think she's doing, okay? But either way, when they sit down and talk, he apologized for making her feel betrayed in any way. Because that's what that was, a betrayal of some sort. Child, she says that she will be more open and affectionate with him. And I'm like, so are you scared or are you going to be more affectionate? Do y'all see how that gives two different ideas? Okay. Like, I'm sorry, but that's confusing. That's confusing for me. For you to feel like me saying that we should have sex at a certain date, which was a joke. And you know, I'm not going to make you have sex with me on that day just because I wrote that on a calendar. You know that. So why do you feel unsafe? And now you're telling me you're going to try to be more physical, which means you don't really feel unsafe. You just don't like that he did that. And that's fine. But why try to make it seem like he gonna snatch the, the twat? Like, I just, no. But she's going to be more affectionate. We're going to get an old girl a chance, okay? So Woody, Imani, Christina, Henry, and Brett, and Olivia go to get crawfish, all right? And they talk. And everyone pretends to be doing as good as Woody and Imani, but we all know that they are not. Henry says that he finds Christina sexy during conversation, which is so funny since he's never expressed that to Christina. So Christina is kind of like, oh, okay, I wish he would tell me that. Then she jokes that she's pregnant, which I don't know why she did that. I was like, oh, what's the point of that? You know what? I'm going to tell you what it is. She watches reality shows. She knows what reality shows are about. So I think that she is constantly in a space of producing herself. And I promise you that that's probably exhausting for them people who are actual producers. Okay. So Henry and Imani talk alone. And she thought that they were doing good. It looked like they were warming up to each other. We're like, oh my God, this is good. And it's like, girl, no, it's not. Because Henry basically says that, yeah, her attitude situation did get better, but it's becoming a deal breaker if she can't stop being so impatient. Imani takes this information back to Christina, okay? Christina feels some type of way. Why would he tell her that and not tell Christina that? Like, why not tell me that? That's important for me to know, not people who you are not in this marriage with. When they get home, she asks him, why do things have to be said in front of other people? And she asks if he even sees a future with her and if he's into her at all. Like, let me know something. And he's like, right now, not really, but he's trying to give it a chance. And I just kind of feel like you're not giving, though. You are, but you're not. You're not an expressive person. So you know you have to try a little bit harder to let somebody know you're feeling them. And you also have to be patient with her for her impatience, for the way that you just, move at snail's pace. Like, I feel like she's probably, exhausted with you and takes it out on them. I mean, probably in y'all house. I mean, before, no, she wasn't on her medication. But she said she was getting back on her medication. So get a girl a chance before you keep, I guess beating her upside the head with the fact that she's impatient. Like, and you're, not affectionate and you don't make eye contact. Like, you do a lot of things that can be seen, to a woman as stuff that makes them feel unwanted. So she then becomes insecure because it's like, it doesn't feel like he want me. Like, I'm just saying, y'all, I'm just looking at the situation and I don't know if I would feel great in this marriage if I were Christina. You know what I mean? So Karen, Miles, Amelia, and Bennett go to the park and play bocce ball. And Bennett says, well, let's play for kisses. All right. Which y'all know the producers gave them that. All right. And Karen ends up kissing Miles on the forehead. And at the end, she actually gives him a little smooch on the mouth. And it was cute. I'm like, all right. But that's not the first time they've kissed. That's not the first time they've kissed. No, I'm talking about let's grab ass, let's rub against each other. Like, I need something besides this church hug that y'all be giving each other. Okay, I'm just saying. And y'all, why did they have to put the Ace Ventura ponytails on Bennett? I was dying laughing at him in the confessional. When they get home, they talk about, how they really don't know the small things about one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, she knew his favorite color, but he didn't know hers, And then they, talk about, so what's your shoe size? What size do you wear? Stuff like that. Stuff you need to know in a relationship with somebody. Because, like, for me, I feel like it was so many times when I used to be out and about and I would want to get something for Lyric, even before we were married. So I just feel like that's stuff that you should definitely be asking, when you're in a relationship with somebody. Then they snuggle in the bed and she's being nicer and more, affirmative with him. My problem is her having to draw attention to her doing it. Like, I get her being funny, but it also feels like, oh, look, I just did it. Now leave me alone. Like, Like, you know, it kind of feels like that. Then Miles and Woody go get haircuts by this amazing barber. I had to go follow him because I want Lyric to go and get his beard and stuff lined up by this guy. I mean, his lineup was impeccable. Okay, impeccable. He had the Versace little apron on and everything. He was serving, all right? But that lining that he gave them, man, I was just like, Lord, that boy, I know he can cut some hair. So they discuss the sex situation and how Karen isn't very, you know, sexual with Miles. And of course, that's different with Woody and Imani. So they have a conversation about that. And Woody kind of feel like us, you know, like, well, you think she really into you? Because it don't seem like it if she ain't trying to, you know, do nothing with you. But Miles believes that she is really into him, but she's just afraid. So later on in the episode, Karen and Miles take a massage class in which she has to massage him. And I thought that was nice. I'm not gonna lie. She was rubbing all on his butt and everything. I was just like, oh, you look way more comfortable than you be putting on. Like, look at you rubbing all on his butt with no apprehension. And you gonna sit up here and act like you all, you know, uncomfortable. You ain't that uncomfortable if you can touch somebody like that, okay? But, you know, he kept telling her how good it was. And, you know, yeah, take care of me. I was like, stop talking. I'd have been like, hey, stop talking, okay? Just be quiet, go sleep, okay? Relax. Release. But it was nice, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and give Karen the benefit of the doubt that maybe she is, you know, just really having a hard time trusting him, and it will get there eventually. I hope it does, because I'm tired. So Bennett has some of his weird, talented homegirls come over and play folk music for Amelia, and I was just like, this is so sweet. Like, just, you know, like, didn't cost him no money probably. Just had his homegirls come over and do their rehearsal for whatever play they in. And let me tell you something, them homegirls know they was singing. Okay, like, I was feeling the music. I really was. Like, y'all know, I like indie folk music. I like, you know, indie rock. Like, I like different types of music. So I actually really loved it. And they had really nice voices. Kind of remind me a little bit of Cat Power. Do y'all listen to Cat Power? I love Cat Power. I need to get back into her. And after they go for a bike ride, and it seems like Bennett is actually like in love at this point, okay? Amelia, on the other hand, I don't know where she is with it, but she also doesn't want to say if there is anything that annoys her about him. He says that, you know, he doesn't like the way she doesn't clean the outside of the cups. And she's like, well, you clean the dishes. I'm like, no, nasty ass, clean the whole cup. Okay, what's wrong with you? I don't understand that. Lyric would do that, clean the inside and not the outside, because you know what, the outside don't get dirty. Yes, it does. Okay, clean the outside of everything when you clean the inside. Okay, but she doesn't, you know, say anything that he does that aggravates her. But he was like, well, what about when I make that annoying sound when I'm, you know, trying to clear my throat or scratch my throat? And she was like, nope, it's like white noise. I'm like okay. See, the thing about that with Amelia is that makes me nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't be honest about something that annoys you about me, it makes me feel, I don't know, like I can't really trust what you're showing me, because at any day now you're going to like pop off on me for something that I don't even know I'm doing. You know what I mean? But that may not be the case. Brett and Olivia go to play trivia with her friends and family, and it looked like bingo at first, but it was like trivia, like movie and TV and, you know, that type of trivia, entertainment trivia. And of course, Brett doesn't know anything about it. You know, he doesn't know any of the answers. So instead of, you know, participating and just being like, damn, I don't know none of this, but I'm gonna keep trying, you know, and just have a good time, he's acting like he's above it. Y'all know how he does. If he doesn't like something, he acts like it's preposterous and ridiculous. And it's very judgy. It's very disrespectful. And Olivia gets upset and walks away from him because she's upset. Then Woody and Imani have a conversation about, you know, how he's in love and she's not. And he says that she can't just leave, you know, the relationship because they're in a marriage. And she's like, who said I can't leave? I was like, I know that's right. Child, I can still leave. It don't matter if it's gonna take a while for the paperwork to go through. I can still leave. But I think he feels like because they're married, it's gonna be harder for her to do that, which that is true. I think we're starting to create like some space where he's gonna like, you know, feel like she could possibly leave him. And y'all know he has abandonment issues because of his daddy. So I feel like his abandonment issues are gonna, you know, kind of cause issue in their relationship. Christina and Henry talk, and he expresses to her that he does think, you know, that there is an opportunity, that there is potential for this relationship and this marriage to grow. and he's starting to open up. So, you know, there is some attraction between the two of them, and maybe it won't, you know, end in divorce. Okay, my divorce, maybe it won't end in my divorce. Okay, but but either way, I still feel like this is how we felt last week, and he still, you know, came with more issue, with more problems. So I don't know. Me personally, I don't see it for Henry and Christina. I just don't. But please prove me wrong, because I'm all about love. So prove me wrong, okay? But anyway, y'all, that was Married at First Sight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep playing with the hair because it's still kind of tight. So moving it around makes my head feel good. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.